have one last thing to talk about here, just to look at my stats, and I've hidden Negreanu's because I don't think it would be fair to just put all of Negreanu's complete heads-up database stats on the internet for you to purchase. So we're just going to be looking at my stats here for a second. You can see that overall my stats, again, I faced a 2.5x, so my defend will be a little bit tighter. But we can see, obviously, pretty about similarities. No limping, of course, except for that one day. You can see that's why my 1% limp is in here. But what are some things we look at and see some differences in the stats? So we do see that my C-bets are higher in both positions. That's because I played more range C-bet spots where I have single size bet range. Because of that, we see some lower turn barrel, but still, reasonable, especially in 3-bet pot. And then the river C-bet looks kind of where it should be. This river C-bet in single race pot, 57, a little higher because less turn betting and the sizes used are a bit bigger. And my fold by street, turn fold 48% to turn C-bet, kind of still sort of using what I talked about earlier where I try to tighten up my range of the turn. That said, in our match, we mainly used overbet in a lot of lines, so this fold's more reasonable. And then a lot of overbets in rivers, so this fold's more reasonable as well. And then in 3-bet pots, I don't know, I must have just been like not believing anything because these folds are all too low. I mean, I could have let like 1 or 2 go, man. I don't know what I'm thinking there. That one's kind of wild. As for the delay spots, pretty proud of this. 31 and 32% bet in all of the check spots. So I think I found like a pretty good balance there. And my follow-up maybe a little bit higher than what it should be. But most of the stats I think are pretty kind of in line with what I was aiming for, although the HUD is a little broken in some of these things. Okay. So let's go ahead and call it a session here on the Suprema stuff, the stat stuff, and let's go ahead and jump back into Fabian, breaking down the post-flop, the pre-flop ranges here on our heads-up strategy based off of the Supremas range, based off of the Supremas